Boom, that was so amazing. Hey, everybody, it's Lewis Porter Jr. I guess I'm not even really together because, there you go. That's better. Ah, so it's been one of those kind of crazy days. A lot of rain today here in South Florida, which is usually not a big thing, but it's been looking like Seattle outside, so I don't know what that's about. But hey, at least it's been, good for the grass to grow, and I haven't had to cut my grass, so I'm looking like that. So, hey, I'm Lewis Porter Jr., and you're watching Transparency Agenda Daily. Today is the 7th of June. 1 week already in. It's been moving pretty fast. Let's just start out as we usually do. Go into our fun stuff, our Kickstarters right off the bat. Let's see what's going on in the realm of Kickstarters, of course. Top Secret New World Order. I think 12 days left. 12? 11. Man, 11 days. This is like a bad dream. I wish they would move faster. I cannot wait till this one gets started, really. That's the exciting one. And of course, let's check out Zombicide Horde. I didn't look today, so I'm going to guess 2.4 million. I'm going to guess 2.4. Let's see if they got to 2.4 yet. 2.3. Okay, yeah, they're still running. I guess they're running slow with only 2 million. I mean, Jesus, even when you hear that, it's like $2 million. That's, that's pretty impressive. I can't even front on that. That's pretty impressive. So that's always good and interesting. As usual, we've got your Patreons you should support. And just as since someone was nice enough to ask, we added someone we knew. I added someone new to this. Someone we knew asked us to add this person. And I said, okay, hey, I'll add it. So, of course, we've got our buddies Clinton and Owen and Raging Swan. And we have a new one, Ask a Pathfinder. So I felt that to be kind of interesting. So we're going to check that out. That's a new one. It's always good to see new patrons. That we always respect that kind of stuff. Of course, let's go to self-promotion. Self-promotion is awesome because I like to self-promote. Stonemeyer Games, of course. I don't think they have a blog up today. They had the other blog that came up. I hope you checked it out. I checked out a little bit of it. And it's funny because this will tie into the topic tonight. Black Diamond had a blog, actually a video post about their cash wrap today. If you wanted to see that, that was actually kind of interesting. We don't know anything about the retail, the front end of this, well, not the front of the store, the cash register, and how it should look, and how they have it structured. Yes, I know some people are like, well, that sounds boring, but it's part of the actual looking thing. I'm not looking scraggly. I just haven't shaved in days, and maybe I will. I'm still debating about shaving. If people don't know, I hate shaving. That's another thing. I really hate shaving. If I could grow a terrorist beard, I might grow one out. Or if I could just not have to shave at all, I would do either or. As I hate shaving. If you did not know that, I hate it with a passion. Just a thought. Of course, Gary Vaynerchuk has something new you can watch as always. So let's get to what's new on the scene, the new stuff that's going on. And today's been one of those weird days. And since it's comic book day, I think I'm going to write a lot of stuff about comic books. So Force Awakens alum cast for Ant-Man and Wasp. And I'm like, great. Because I really haven't heard anything about Ant-Man and Wasp yet. And I want to actually hear some more stuff. I'm hoping they do some cool stuff with it. I don't know. I don't know what's taking so long to get stuff to leak out. But I guess it's still like 18 months away kind of scenario. But the cool thing is that the person they added is, if you are a fan of Killjoys, which I'm not a fan, but I know of the show, the main character, what was her name? John Kamen. Which I was like, what kind of name is that Kamen? He plays Dutch and Killjoys. So if you like Killjoys, you might see a character and be like, oh, I know that character. So it's one of those weird kind of things. Well, actually, Hannah John Kamen to be exact, the main person. See, let me. Can I get a picture of her? Let me see if I can get a picture of her. So I'd seen her before. I don't know. She's British, of course, because God knows we can't hire American actors and actresses. Also, she was in Black Mirror, so another show that was highly loved by a lot of people for all the right reasons because it was actually awesome. So, boom, that's another big one. And then, to make it even more UK friendly, apparently, it says UK's Misfits reboot, joining Cloak and Dagger and New Warriors, which I did not realize there was New Warriors was going to be on this, on Freeform, which used to be ABC Family, until they changed the name. But apparently, they're going to be calling it the channel we're doing Marvel Heroes and spin-off of superhero stuff, because that's all I keep seeing on this stuff. So, okay, if you don't know what Misfits are, it's a show that came out of the UK in 2009, I believe. I was watching it when I didn't actually have any TV. A lot of people don't know this, or some people don't know this. I went a while without watching any TV. I canceled my cable. I just had my internet. So I was just getting shows and stuff like that. 2009, it might have been even earlier than that. Maybe 2007. Now I'm thinking about it, might have even been earlier, but I digress. So this show is an amazing show. The best way to describe it, it was kind of the anti-heroes. If you like heroes, if you really liked it, this is the exact much cooler show, better done, better written, with some of the greatest episodes ever, and just twists and turns. The first 2 seasons were amazing. After that, it got a little, because they changed one of the main actors. He left, which I can't figure out this guy left, because he's really, really good. But the first 2 seasons are amazing, and the special they do where they fight Jesus is incredible. And yes, I did say Jesus. You have to watch it because it is crazily awesome. I would just say, yes, got to see more of that. And it was very, very good. I was always impressed by that one. So if you're a fan and you like watching good TV, I can't suggest Misfits enough. And Cloak and Dagger, I got to admit, I saw the trailer about a month or so ago. Looked good, looked interesting. New Warriors, I haven't seen anything. And I'm not going to lie, I'm a little worried about New Warriors because I'm a New Warriors fan from when they first appeared in Thor. That's how much fan I am. People are like, well, no, they had a book first. No, they appeared in Thor first, and then they got their book. Also, as one of Fabian Nicieza wrote it, and Mark Bagley, one of my favorite all-time Marvel artists, did art on that book before he did it for a while. Then he went on to do Spider-Man from there. Yeah, because New Warriors and Spider-Man, and then he got bigger and bigger and bigger, and now he's a huge guy. If you know anything about Mark Bagley, he's also one of the few people who purchased the Marvel tryout book, the old Marvel art tryout book that I'm sure a lot of people bought. He did it, tried it, put the stuff in there, and he got a job because of his work on that. I mentioned just doing his drawings and that. That's how good his stuff was. I'm a big fan of his. I've had a chance to meet him, and I keep missing. I'm hoping to catch him again at a con. He did a series before he became, even anywhere called famous. Strike Force Mutari. It spun off to become Electric Undertow. I've got all 5 in my bookshelf right there at the end. I love the art. I thought the ideas were pretty cool. He had a character that was one of the most, a very cool looking character, fun character design. Strike Force Mutari was going to be done by Sci-Fi, called, what was it, 1001 Days is what they called it. Because basically the whole premise is, was it 1001 Days? Yeah, that's how it was in the 1000 or 365. The whole gimmick was you got these powers, you would die in a year getting these powers, but they were fighting an alien invasion. So you get these powers, you could do all the amazing stuff, but you were going to die in a year. So you could be in war and die, or you could get these powers and die, but you're going to wind up dead. And they tell you about that. And that was the whole premise of the series. And it ran for 36 issues. But Bagley started on the last 4 or 5 or 6 issues, and then they did Electric Undertow, which is the sequel to it, kind of. It was a 5-issue, and it just kind of just stopped there. But it's always got the premise alone I always thought was interesting and can be done well. And I think that was off their Epic line. Look at that. Porter just pulling out knowledge from good Lord, early 90s. Just good stuff. Good stuff. So it's that's why this one of that. Another great piece, I won't call it a great piece, but another piece of ouch. Wizard World Con gross profit margin drops from 41 to 9%. Yeah, that's not good. People are like, well, they got a profit. What's it matter? Well, it matters. If you want to grow stuff, you need that. And here's a little. Wizard World Inc. reported a net loss of $1.2 million for the first quarter, with the remaining working capital down to $3.5 million. That's not what you want to hear, that you drop that kind of money, because they need that money to stay afloat. This is a weird thing. I mean, I know I have my own personal history with Wizard comic and Wizard World, so I always have a weird feeling about them. Once again, I remember when Wizard was a magazine that they used, and they beat the pants off the company I worked for at the time, and we didn't almost go out of business. We went out of business because they were ruthless and we were stupid. So that was 2 things right there. And it was just one of those kind of situations. And then going into the con business, it seems like they tried to do some really cool cons, and they did something that was kind of weirdly interesting, but actually a smart long-term play. They bought up a lot of small and medium-sized shows all over the U.S. It's like they were just buying up, snap, because they had a bunch of money, and they were just putting out cons. And they had it was 20 different cons at one point. I don't think it was 20. No, maybe it was a high number. It was more than 10, less than 20, and more than they really could have actually done capably. And so what they did was they had some massive problems. They kind of imploded. Oh, look at this! I didn't know this. Wizard World doing a show in Orlando. See, I didn't know that. So they had, I mean, they bought all these medium-sized cons and they started doing shows. So the places that are still left: Sacramento, Albuquerque, Columbus, Orlando, Chicago. Everyone did Chicago. Chicago is a pretty good city, of course. Nashville, which apparently is a big and up-and-coming city. Madison, I'm assuming that up-and-coming, but I don't know. Oklahoma City, Austin, and New Orleans. See, New Orleans wouldn't interest me because they could get food and do a con. I like the way it sounds. But I digress again. So, I mean, they're down to 10 cons now. So, you know, at one point they had, like I said, like almost 20, and it's been bad for them. They made some bad business decisions. They made some bad choices business-wise, and you know, this is a tough industry already. You know, and it only gets tougher. The cool thing they kind of did, which I thought was a brilliant idea, and I wish more cons would do this. They basically set it up that basically everybody appears in one place, usually does like the whole circuit. So I mean, okay, like so for example, Kate Beckinsale is going to be there, Val Kilmer is going to be there, Michael Rooker is going to be there, Adrian Barbeau is going to be there, Edward James Olmos, Bob Morley, I don't know Bob Morley, Aliza Taylor, no. Holly Mary Combs is going to be there. It's like, of course, Nichelle Nichols is going to be there. It's a good mixture of, you know, sci-fi, fun stuff. Lou Ferrigno's going to be there. Oh, I love Lou Ferrigno. Wow, and they put Ivy Doomkitty up there as an actual. Oh, I didn't know she. Oh my God! All right, so yeah, I've met Ivy Doomkitty face to face a while back, and it's kind of one of those moments of, oh, now she's hot stuff. I guess she's the hot new stuff. See what happens. See if things change around here. So yeah, and I mean they're trying to make cool shows, which is a good long-term plan. I just think they need to figure out how to do shows well, because I know they've had some problems in the past with money. And I mean that in the nicest way, because they had some serious problems with money, like fraud type of problems. But those things happen. I mean, there's nothing to say about that. All right, so moving on to some, I can say, more fun stuff. So I've been talking to retailers, so I put out this. That's right, a lot of you don't know this. So this morning, I sent out a little note saying about, for our Kickstarter for Neoxys Legacies, how we were going to try to get retailers more on our side, get them more interested in what we're doing. I've been talking to some very good retailer friends. They made some very, very simple but smart suggestions that I should do, and I was like, oh, I never really thought about that. And so one of the big things they kept saying is like, hey, man, you should think about finding ways to, you know, do advertising, like to build ads, build old-fashioned co-op ads. Now, if you don't know what a co-op ad is, basically it works like this. You build an ad out that your product you're pushing, and then a section, you know, check this product out here. The section would be like, it's like, you know, screw it, I'll use my book. It's a whole page ad, but like there's a section like over here that's for the retailer to put their information in, so people will know, you know, oh, good, if I want to promote this, I can promote it already. It's already done. I got to put my name in, boom. Send it out to print. Everyone's happy. No one flips out. This is great. It's very easy to do. It saves them a lot of time and makes you very, very valuable just for that concept, because most people don't do co-op ads. And I, you know, a friend of mine suggested, and I was like, oh, that's a brilliant idea. Also, you know, we're also going to be calling them Citadel level stores. So Citadel stores are a store that has supported us through our Kickstarter, and we're going to do everything we can to help them out and get them more promotion. So that's why we kind of built it this way. I think that getting Kickstarter and retailers to work together is a potential gold mine, whoever figures out the science behind it. And I know I've been trying for a while. I've been pushing in lots of different ways, going out and reaching and talking with other people, finding out just what people might want to see. And I am more than interested in just, you know, if someone's got a good idea about this, let's talk. Let's pitch the ideas together. Let's find out, because like I said, this has been a problem, because so many people, and I mean people as in stores, have not liked Kickstarters because their mindset has been like, oh, you're taking the cream off the top, as they refer to it a lot. What's the reason for us to get involved with the Kickstarter? So I had to kind of like look differently, like instead of what can they do for me, what can I do for them? I'm a graphic designer. I've got a lot of skills. I can make ads for them that they don't have to pay for, that they get to use, that are good, promoting their store and promoting the product in their store. Who wouldn't want that? You know, most people want that. You know, it's a great, simple way to do that. It's a great way that everyone gets something cool, and they can go, oh my God, that was really great. I got something cool from that. And that's kind of what you want to do. So that kind of that's where we are with that. It's like I said, it's a lot of pushing things up the hills, I would say. But I'm very happy that this is working out the way it is. I want to find more ways that retailers can get involved. I'm also going to start hitting up the retailers directly, going through Paizo's website, checking out some retailers that are really, big pushers of the game, and find out if they might want to be willing to support another organized play. Because we all know Pathfinder Society is doing very well. Well, here's another type of organized play, different for Pathfinder Society. It's not the same thing, so people aren't doing the same thing. They got a whole different feel, a whole different cool vibe, but still, it's Pathfinder. So you're still going to sell Pathfinder core rule books. You're going to sell New Exodus books. It's a win-win for both of us, and that's that's kind of my main focus. I want to always get out there and find ways that we can team up and do cool stuff together. That's all I'm saying. All right, that's it tonight. I'm going to be getting off because Lucas was not feeling just great when I brought him home, and I'm hoping he's not going to catch something. But tomorrow, his last day of school. I want him to enjoy his last day of school. Sorry, last day of school for kindergarten. And I want him to enjoy it and, love school because school's good for you. So I'm going to cut this one kind of short. I want to thank everybody for coming out. Tomorrow, of course, will be our wrap-up show. I'm sure something crazy will happen over the night that we'll have to talk about. And we might even have to talk about Comey and what he's going to be testifying tomorrow, because my God, the politics on this are crazy just enough. I try not to talk a lot of politics, but I mean, look, man, I'm a political science, I have a political science degree, I'm a political science follower and lover. I can't only wait to see how crazy this is. Oh, I love this. This is some good stuff. It's some good stuff. All right, everybody. All right, everybody. You have a good evening. As always, before I forget, if you're on YouTube, subscribe here. If you're on Facebook, boom, you can subscribe to us directly right here. As always, go to your parents. You love them. They probably miss you and they're thinking about you. Go hug your kids. Tell them that you love them. Tell them that you think that they're awesome. They always need that kind of encouragement. That's a great thing. They'll appreciate that. All right, everybody. I will talk to you tomorrow.